It's 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV. I'm Derek Gilbert with 5 things you need to know for this Thursday, September 26th, 2024. Before we start, just breaking news as we're recording this on Wednesday morning. We always work about a day ahead. The IDF's Chief of Staff, Herzi Halevi, the IDF, the Israel Defense Forces, announced that Israel's military is preparing a ground invasion of Lebanon. This would be the first military invasion of Lebanon since 2006, and no details at this point, so we'll have more on this tomorrow morning. Make sure you join us Friday for 5 in 10. Item number 5 today, Donald Trump. The Department of Justice has released a letter written by would-be assassin Ryan Wesley Routh that offered a $150,000 bounty to whomever can complete the job. It's puzzling that the DOJ would release this without redacting that. But as you might remember, it took months and months and legal filings to get access to the manifesto of the Nashville transgender school shooter. Anyway, this note addressed to the world and reads, quote, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you. I tried my best, gave it all the gumption I could muster. It is up to you now to finish the job. I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job," end quote. Really, this is not the kind of thing you'd want in public circulation. It's not uncommon for the DOJ to redact certain things like this that might put citizens in harm's way. This note was dropped off in a box at a person's home months ago. The person who received the box didn't open it until after news broke of Routh's arrest after he set up a sniper nest on Donald Trump's golf course in Florida on September 15th. Law enforcement officials were contacted on the 18th by the owner of the box. Inside the box, this letter, ammunition, phones, and various letters. Now, prosecutors said that the note shows a need for Routh to be detained while the government builds its case against him. I would suggest that perhaps deleting that line before releasing the note to the press would have been a good idea. Routh has no money. I mean, he doesn't have $150,000 lying around. He told the court at his first appearance last week that his only assets are a couple of trucks worth about $1,000. But again, this is not the kind of thing you put out in the public just in case another mentally unbalanced person decides to try to cash in. Topic number 4, politics. Just in time for the election, the Federal Communications Commission is fast-tracking the purchase of more than 200 radio stations by George Soros. Normally, there's a strict standard review process when a foreign owner, in this case Mr. Soros, is in line to buy a group. In fact, when he buys a radio station or owns more than 25% of a radio station, the FCC normally goes through a long, lengthy review process. It takes at least a year generally. But they made a special exception for Mr. Soros. The FCC's 3 Democrat commissioners voting in favor, the 2 Republicans voting against. The New York Post reported that this is the first time in modern history that such a deal was approved by the FCC without running a national security review process, which again takes up to a year or more to do. But the Soros Group has said they'll come back to the FCC at some point in the future to get that done. We promise. Soros' investment firm previously bought up to $400 million in debt of Odyssey in February. That's Audacy. You might have the app on your smartphone or tablet. In fact, I do. Soros' stake in the company at that point was about 40%. No national security review to this point. Now he wants to buy the whole kit and caboodle. And this is significant because the network includes a handful of shows from conservative hosts like Sean Hannity, Dana Lash, Mark Levin, Glenn Beck, Eric Erickson. These 220 radio stations located in 40 markets across the country, they reach about 165 million Americans, or about half of the country's population. Again, this being fast-tracked by the FCC just in time for the 2024 presidential election. Topic number 3, the end of InfoWars. Alex Jones' InfoWars media platform is going to be auctioned off by a bankruptcy court. This will be used to help pay off the $1 billion he was fined to the families of victims from the Sandy Hook Elementary School mass shooting. Now, Jones will keep talking. This is not going to shut him up. He will probably build a new platform. He's going to maintain control of his social media platform and accounts. Whatever you think about Alex Jones and his theory about the mass shooting at Sandy Hook, back in 2012, you might remember 26 people killed, 20 of them children ages 6 and 7. regardless of what you think about the official narrative, which, as with all official narratives, is almost certainly wrong, this is chilling. The First Amendment to the United States Constitution should guarantee us all the right to say even stupid, offensive, and even hateful things. But such is not the case if your name is Alex Jones, apparently. A trustee will auction off his intellectual property, such as trademarks, copyrighted content, social media accounts, and websites starting November 13th. Again, he'll keep his own social media accounts. Look for Jones to land on his feet. Topic number 2, the end of the blue light special. End of an era, really. The last Kmart store in America closing October 20th. This is in Bridgehampton, New York. At the time of its merger back in 2005, when Kmart and Sears merged, Kmart had 1,400 stores. Sears had about 900 full-line U.S. stores. Places, as a kid, my family shopped on a regular basis. Sears mainly, but also Kmart later. But the corporate owner that took over Sears and Kmart appeared more interested in basically stripping the companies of their assets, selling off real estate that the companies owned, and other assets like Kenmore Appliance, Craftsman brand of tools, which you only used to be able to buy at Sears. You can now find them at any home improvement store. They didn't invest in the chain. They basically stripped off the assets, and that led to a bankruptcy filing in 2018. When they came out of bankruptcy, there were still 231 Sears stores, 191 Kmarts. Those also doomed. There's only a handful of Sears stores, and the last Kmart in America will be gone before Halloween. Coming up, Greta Thunberg. She's gone from protesting for the climate to protesting for Palestinians, and she wants to know what democracy looks like. Honestly, she really needs to know because it's clear that she doesn't. That's next on 5 and 10.
We want to make sure you know how you can get your copy of this incredible new work in the Carl Gallup's Ultra collection. When you order this amazing collection from the skywatchtvstore.com, you'll receive the brand new book, Eyes to See, Is Our World Ready for the Coming Visitation by the legendary Pastor Carl Gallups, where for the first time ever, you'll discover what the Israel link truly is and the gravitous prophetic significance it holds in the times we're living in right now. You will learn about the real-life supernatural encounter that will open your eyes to see the spiritual realm like never before. Eyes to See will make certain you are spiritually ready for the coming visitation. And it uncovers massive treasures of astonishing insight previously hidden in Scripture and revealed specifically for our day. You'll also receive the amazing books, The Summoning, Preparing for the Coming Days of Noah, and Glimpses of Glory by Pastor Carl Gallups that take you from the Garden of Eden to Jesus' glorious return, and a cosmic collision of biblical truth that explodes to life upon the tapestry of the mind and soul. For a very limited time while supplies last, you'll also receive the Summoning Companion DVD. Join Pastor Carl Gallups for this incredible, exclusive 2-part sermon. From living without fear in the midst of our prophetic age, to the questions surrounding what Jesus is telling his people through the prophecy of the fig tree and the return of Israel. This companion DVD is a must-have. These items hold a retail value of $85. Yours now for your donation of only $40, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this special opportunity. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Carl Gallups Ultra Collection.
Item number 1 today. This young lady, bless her pointy little head, is a perfect example of a useful idiot. She's raging about things she knows nothing about, clearly, both the climate and about the situation of the Palestinian Arabs. She is protesting for Hamas. Video emerged last week of her marching down a street, leading a group of people, shouting into a bullhorn, "Show me what democracy looks like." It's a catchy phrase. It's got a nice beat. You can dance to it. But what does it really mean in the context of Palestinian Arabs? Have they ever seen what democracy looks like? The answer to that question is no. They have never lived under a democratic political situation for centuries. They lived under sheikhs, caliphs, and then the British Mandate until 1948. In fact, the only Arabs who have ever lived under any sort of a representative government are the ones who live inside the borders of Israel. People of Gaza, the people of the so-called West Bank, Judea and Samaria, the last time they had national elections was 2006. Elections have been suspended by PA President Mahmoud Abbas because he realized that Hamas was more popular than he is, and if they had elections, he'd lose his phony baloney job. And as I've said previously, the last thing Hamas, or Hezbollah for that matter, wants is democracy. They want a theocratic dictatorship. So, Ms. Thunberg, please, read a little history. She's being used by forces she does not understand. Pray with age will come wisdom. This week on Skywatch TV, week number 4 of our discussion with Carl Gallups about his jaw-dropping new book, Eyes to See. Don't miss it. All of those programs are available to watch right now at our website, skywatchtv.com. You can catch the program over the air on one of our partner Christian broadcasting networks. The schedule posted at skywatchtv.com/channels. You can watch it over the set-top box, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. Even if you've got a set-top box, make sure you've got the Skywatch TV channel on it. Over the internet, youtube.com/@Skywatch Television or rumble.com/Skywatch TV. But better yet, get our mobile app. That cuts the gatekeepers out of the chain. It comes from the Christian company that hosts the content and developed the app, by the way. Right to your smartphone or tablet, whether it's iOS, Android, or Amazon Kindle Fire. We've got links to all of those app stores at our website, skywatchtv.com/app. Hey, the new book by Sharon and me, Gates of Hell. It is now out and available. It's our first nonfiction book in about 3 years, actually. Addresses a lot of questions, both why did Jesus get baptized where he did? And by the way, it's not where most people think. It's not near Jericho. We explain why he chose to be baptized where he did and why that's relevant today, and the prophetic implications of the art and architecture of the U.S. Capitol. Yeah. All that in here. The Gates of Hell, the new book, available soon at the Skywatch TV store. I know for a fact it's available at our online store, gilberthouse.org/store. Also available as an ebook and as an audiobook at Amazon and at Audible. So appreciate your consideration of this, and thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert. This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.